All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the American Rescue Plan Act. I'd like to make the call, please.
Oh,
Here.
Pro, sure.
Yep.
Do that.
Here. Any public comments this morning? Oh, I'm sorry, through the agenda first. The same thing last time. Making a motion through the agenda. So move. No second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Now we'll go on to public comments. Any public comments this morning? All right, we'll move on to discussion and action on ARPA applications. The application number 159 for Village Butler. We have copies there.
Here we go.
There's no wires, there's no copies.
There's no.
You're not gonna hit
Mine? Hello? Would you like to look at mine?
Okay, you good. Okay.
Supposed to bring it with me or what?
Yeah. That was for the text and the electrical light poles.
This is what we're doing. So, this morning, Buckley's asked to attach all new electric to their light poles.
Correct.
Or attach new light poles. We're talking about poles, not the electric service, is what I'm saying, right?
Right.
Okay, and I've got a note that we've assisted with drainage, the Legion and Christ Lutheran to a total of 156.8 approximately. So I'd like to see Buckley maybe half of that. Will that get you down the road for your project?
Anything would help.
15,000, and you can spend that by, what's the date, Jill?
December 31st of 2026.
It'd be done.
Anybody got any thoughts?
I made that motion last month and nobody supported it.
Well, do you want to make the motion?
New month, new year.
Yeah, go ahead, John, do it. That's your neck of the woods.
Oh, boy. Exciting, isn't it? I'll make a motion that we adopt the resolution for $15,000 for the village of Buckley. Hiring application 159. Attachment to new electric light poles.
Discussion? Do I have a second?
Second.
More discussion. More discussion.
All,
Yes.
Pro? Yes. Sure.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yes. Mark 15,000 weeks till next board meeting. It's approved, and after that, you can meet with Joe.
I'll shoot you an email after the next board meeting and the checks come back, because I have to wait for the signed resolutions. So as soon as I get them, then I'll have your check, I'll reach out to you.
November 12th is the next.
14th.
Yeah. And I usually don't get resolutions until towards the end of the week, so you'll hear from me towards the end of the week.
Okay.
Okay?
Do I need to be at that one?
And what was the date? If it had to be spent.
It has to be spent by December 31st of 2026.
Thank you. Did it help?
Yes.
I'd say, take care of that hand.
Move on to 163, yes, you know, I'm sorry. Russ, I'm sorry, 152, the Village of America.
What did Russ want?
He wanted a fire hydrant. Fire hydrants.
Sewer pumps.
Is this Joe's?
152.
I'm trying to find the application. See what else.
The sewer pumps and fire hydrants.
52.
Last time we talked about it, I think we mentioned 10,500 for the fire hydrants. I think we're almost going to make that happen, so that's, that's a possibility. We talked about also, do they have updated pricing? We have pricing for it, Russ, still, or no?
I think we asked for quotes, didn't
Tell me last time we can only find one, so as long as we get that price, we're good stuff.
You're talking to me,
Yes, sir.
what you wanna know?
Price. The 10,000, you said 10,500. Last time it was for the fire hydrants.
Well, fire hydrant and sewer pumps. I brought both bids over to the office, so fire hydrant, since last time they raised it 12,500 and the sewer tank for 26,000 something.
you? You think the cost of the fire hydrant went up to 12.5? You have a trouble finding my application.
We had that estimate.
Brought them over here.
Well, I've got the,
She can't find everything.
she's got it right here, so I can look at all she wants.
I have noticed
I won't
on
fight.
my,
Told me I needed bids from both places, so we don't start over. Sewer pumps. They said it's still higher, the price will be what last time. 26 something.
well, I don't know, our funds are such, I don't think we can do it all. What's everybody else?
We just gave Buckley half of what they asked for. I know they give half of what America has control.
Found it.
24.5.
I was thinking more in the terms of the fire hydrant. What's everybody else think? We've got that they have received 89,125.
Well, 5 for fire hydrant, or half of the sewer grinder, which would be 13,000. Instead of 26. That's gonna give you,
So that's 13. and 12.5, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying either the one or the other. If we're gonna finish out taking care of everybody else.
And what did John say?
John wanted to split right in half.
Well, half of the grinder, is the total cost of all your grinders 26?
It, Keg Griner's $26,000 for 10, that way we get a, about a 20% discount, and they're giving. Right now, they're waiting to hear back on, because they're gonna get two things right, because like everything else, they're going up to the, so, but like I say, they want spur money to get to,
Not to do that, then we're gonna cut. We're gonna cut more. Give him 25, nothing against you, that's what you're gonna get the maximum on. That's the let's look at partition, that's for. Can't look at the walls for equipment. Isn't much more to get going with.
I have done that we gave Gilman 89,125 on applications 24 and 25,
Which
which
didn't give them anything.
Anarga. Well, that would be wrong. The application numbers that I just said are wrong.
I got 49. That's sidewalks for 40,000.
So what is that? The first one was-
40,000, 49,120.
That comes up to my 89,125. You got sidewalks and sewer grinders. Two.
It's 28.
Something that's a problem. Usually make it small enough for everybody. If there's one big box, something, one person, and everybody else not. That's a special stuff, right?
What's that do? Let's see, that's 15.
Yeah, that's 12. That's up to 12,592. Oh, 8.
We're just pinching our pennies here.
fine, I get all day.
I don't see you, Russ, we're just.
Yeah, you can sit down.
I've worked for the building a long time.
You know how it is when with the state, the ARPA, and what's going on. First, we barely get anything, and it's our tax dollars. And then you gotta come to us, fill out another application, and try to get as much as you can, and it's your tax dollars. And it's frustrating.
Some people,
You're like everybody else, Russ. I just appreciate you coming.
I appreciate anything you guys do for us.
I'm If you do money else, we put 8,000 towards the sewer grinders and the straight fund. But that's doing that. This is probably done. Which,
What they do.
the one thing they got was the pool cover. Yes.
What are you looking for?
Compare.
We were comparing numbers. They got 89,000 on the pool line. And then they got nothing. We said the food pantry, but that's for everybody. So they're in the same boat. Yeah, that's the catch-22. They'll all sit at our show up. Or someone shows up. Look at it.
Well, he said grinders are 2,600, they're getting 10 for 26. But if you're getting 10, that makes each one 2,600. Well, they're probably said you got a discount for getting 10.
Right.
But if we can't do what would you rather have, a fire hydrant or grinders?
To be honest with you, I really need grinders.
Alrighty,
I mean, the thing is, because, like I say, it should have started a long time ago, but since I got on board, like I say, we got 500 houses. And these things are 20 years old, the ones we got now, we're having a hard time getting parts for. And we're trying to play catch up. I mean, it's there before, I mean, there ain't no like trying to get money, most of it's going toward the sewer.
All right, let's give you 20,000. Can you take the other 6?
Yes.
Let's just do that.
yeah,
You showed up,
That
that's all I
works.
care about.
that works.
That okay with you, sir?
Okay. But we're not really operating on line and reason. Our last meeting we did.
Well, yeah, we are.
One guy, a whole huge chunk of money over here. And we can try and squeeze on.
Who do we give a whole hunk of money to?
That's the one.
Because they haven't gotten anything
They haven't
near
gotten
point.
nothing.
They got nothing.
In Concord.
And so we're looking at Clifton had 89,000 for a pool liner. Anargus had 89,000.
I think sewers are a lot more important than pool line. If you don't know.
And we've already done that. That was the
That's
beginning.
okay, but that's over with. That was it when we had money. So I move to adopt a resolution awarding the city of Anarga.
Careful.
I know, I'm sorry. Anarga, $20,000 to purchase sewer grinders under application 152.
Is there a second?
Second,
Conversation? Sure.
Halt,
Yes.
Pro,
Yes.
Sure,
Mike, sir?
Dugat,
Yes. Thank you, Russ.
I'll be in touch later in the week, but the 12th is the board meeting, so when I get the signed resolutions back towards the end of that week, I'll reach out to them with your text message.
I get my check, and be shortly later, I'll send you,
The invoice or the bill, or whatever it is.
well, it'll be spent
Yeah,
within a short period of time.
if that works.
Once again, I want to thank the board member, not just on my behalf, but also on the other village board members, but also the people who build and guard. You got a tough job, and if I look at anything that I could reach out and get for the village.
I get it, Russ. I really do.
My theory is all about the people.
And sewage is important.
Right. Once again, thank everybody, appreciate it.
Wish we could have been at all to you.
Well, I appreciate anything I get, just what I didn't have.
We're at the end, it's getting hard.
I understand, so I mean, I just want to say appreciation there.
Hope the town appreciates you.
Town board. Like that, since he did, so we had to do
We
upgrades.
had a bushel of tomatoes for some years ago.
Yeah, no, I could have done that. Hey, let's see that. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Russ. Yeah, would you?
I'm trying to get me.
163 application. Should ask you, I don't know, we talked about this one.
$102,800. And that's with everything awarded, so there's no admin to it.
So like 85.
Left.
Yeah. I'm the boss. I just take the 15 off.
Can I suggest, though, that we talk about the more equipment
Yeah.
and see if you want to amend that amount, because it wasn't very much, but
Yeah, let's do that, I think I take care of that.
it won't take very long.
163.
Okay.
All right, GRS $11,000. I have down for it, which means half.
She said she was okay with half.
Yes.
And what are we adding here? I've got this under ARPA, Eagle View flyover and DevNet camera. Just briefly tell us again what we're going
So what you just named was kind of the two things I've already received ARPA money for. This will fall under the GIS portion, so a little bit under the Eagle View, but it's a separate thing. So basically, the current technology that runs our public website, our GIS website, is outdated. It has to get upgraded. And the cost to upgrade that with the new imagery from the Eagle View flyover is 22,000, whatever's on that paper, I'm sorry, I didn't bring mine.
2208.
Is the cost to make that upgrade. There is a GIS fund, that there are funds available in that, but I'm hesitant. My request for asking for ARPA money is, I wanna build that fund so that we're not waiting 10 years for another flyover. That we'll be able to purchase another flyover, hopefully in 5 or 6 years. But if I, had to spend $22,000 out of it for this upgrade, that would obviously replenish that fund. That fund is, generates revenue based on recording fees. When you record something in Brian's office, there is a GIS amount. I believe it's currently $21 and I get 20 of it that goes into the special fund. Brian gets the other dollar that, for automation.
What's in this?
Have you been getting an increase in recording fees lately with people signing up for wind farm and solar farm?
I just recently, like I'd say the last 3 months, started getting a printout of what I'm even getting out of that fund. And I haven't analyzed that. It goes up and down because I'm getting recording fees, surveys, most documents that people record, I'm receiving a GIS portion of that. There's a few things then Brian would know better than I on what doesn't get it, so. But that fund pays for one employee in my office, it pays for running of the monthly maintenance for the website. it pays for GIS. I mean, it pays for a number of things, so all of this money isn't just for a flyover, can't just be built up for a flyover. I don't know what the percentage is, but there's a good percentage of the money we get from Brienne annually that gets used up that same year to keep GIS running, so.
Really? We
yes.
use what we take in.
Right. Not, and there's some left over, which gets built up for a fund, and again, my goal is to be able to not wait 10 years to have another flyover. So we have to do this upgrade, whether ARPA funds is granted for part of it or not. It has to be done because one day our website's just gonna go down, the technology is a sunset. So, and it's been over 10 years since they updated this technology, so hopefully it's not something that has to get updated again in 2 years. Hopefully this lasts for quite a long time.
Okay, I understand, so that balance in the GIS fund goes up and down.
Right.
So about what's left at the end of the year on average, is that a number that you have?
No, Jill probably, because I don't see that whole number. I wanna say there's like $100,000. Yeah, Jill can answer that.
Supposed to increase every year.
Right, it does increase every year, even with what's being, there is definitely a portion that, builds up, but a new flyover is potentially 200, 250, a flyover is expensive. There's a reason why one had not been done previously for 10 years, because there was not enough funds available to do so.
My question that I asked you last Thursday was that organization that we were talking to, the code book, and it was mentioned there about GIS mapping and so forth. Is that related or tied into any of this in any
No,
way?
I don't think so. So I think what they're referencing is more along the lines of, so Julie is asking or has been granted and we'll do a zoning layer on it. What will tie into it is the changes that are made in the code book will need to be reflective on the GIS map if we're changing codes or changing something. But right now, we don't even have anything with zoning on our GIS map. So for us right now, it doesn't play a part at all because anything that's in our code book isn't representing our current GIS
In the
map.
future, it might, but right now.
Right now it does not, so. It's a balance, I know I should
This
know
is
I'm so
a
sorry.
draft balance because I don't know where the treasurer's office is at. But it's showing, 123,158.
And does the GIS employees salary amount monthly, so I mean, that's not,
For November, it hasn't been taken, or for October, you're correct. The entries have not been entered yet. I just completed them, so she'll probably have these.
so it's as bills come up, they get deducted from that.
Right, so
amount.
that, like I said, that balance fluctuates a little
Right,
bit.
because I have a monthly fee for my map, for the GIS website, it's currently $500. They are raising it to, I think, $558, it's on there. And there are other items, my history license comes out of there, there are other things that come out of that fund also.
So Jill, what's the,
But it's still going up.
Yeah, so do you know what the carryover, like what approximately it goes up every year? And it was explained to me, Brian thought we never got a flyover in 10 years because they were paying for the last one. So they had, by the time they paid the last one, there had not been enough to build up to do another one. With our original one coming out with ARPA, hopefully, my goal is, I would like to see it every 3 years, but 4 would probably be okay. 10 is way too long. I mind everything for me is coming up, so. And I did reach out to other companies, to see, if they could do this, but then we would have to change everything to another company and that fee would be 60,000, 80,000. You know, I mean, it's just,
So,
it's this work plus now we have a whole new GIS provider, so it didn't make sense to go
so
that.
today, you brought in $120,592 for GSI special funds fees.
GIS, this year we brought in 110,000. So, and that's what gets used out of that, maybe 50% every year, so.
So it should be.
Yeah, it was budgeted at 90,300 to come in, and then budgeted to expend 45,000 and some change. This year,
We did use a chunk of it.
yes, we brought in more, and we did utilize a chunk of it for the flyover, so expenses to date are at 150,904.
100 of that was
Mm-hmm.
to be used with ARPA funds for the current. We
It
used
just
some of
looks
the
like
money in
we
that
spent
fund.
more than what we took in because of the ARPA.
Right.
Okay. So, you want the motion?
Yeah.
I move to adopt a resolution awarding $11,000 to the assessment office under application 163 to be used for the purpose of upgrading the GIS on the public website to current,
To the REACH program is what we're saying.
to the REACH program.
You have a second? Any discussion?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes. No, number.
91,800.
91,800.
So the morgue had, the previous amount awarded for the morgue equipment was 11,500, but we were kind of guesstimating what freight and everything would be. That actually came in at 13,886.47. So it was about, it was $2,386.47 of the difference. And then on top of that, there was some additions to the morgue for the building shell, the stainless steel hardware and the spray foam came in at $3,950 additional cost. So I was going to see if you would like to approve an additional expense for the morgue of $6,336.47 to cover those overages and additions.
What are the other choices? Well, before you answer
Thank you.
that, how much is the morgue cost? How much have we spent on the morgue today?
To date, $187,909.
So that's still under what we discussed.
Yeah. Unless you have anything else you got planned for us.
425,000 the management committee was gonna spend.
Well, I would suggest, approving a resolution for an overage, or miscellaneous or additional, whatever you wanna label it as, I would suggest miscellaneous, to cover those overages and the additions. So it's cleaner, instead of amending a resolution that we've already done, to make a new resolution approving for the county more miscellaneous expenses.
There is one other thing that we can discuss right now. It's a more that probably would increase the cost a little bit. There's some people that favor taking the heat exchanger from the cooler and mounting it on the outside of the, inside of the building. As opposed to having it on top of the cooler. I'm not particularly in favor of doing that, but right now, I have no idea what the additional cost would be, but we see it would have to be something because we have to do some cooling. And that's some of that system. It's the only thing I know of at the moment that might come up.
Are we talking hundreds or thousands?
I have no idea.
Maybe thousands,
Not maybe thousands, but it would be
a couple.
So what is it, Carolina?
They're talking about, there's no decision made, they're talking about the heat exchanger on top of the cooler. Talking about mounting that on the outside of the building, as opposed to mounting it on top of the cooler itself.
The amount on top of the cooler, they could make a plumb on top of that and shoot it right out, and then put a fan. They could do that.
And they can leave it on, just leave it in there in the winter time, and reduce the heating cost.
Well, that's what I'm saying, they put a plumb on top of the heat exchanger.
In summertime, it
Just,
increases the-
yeah, just have a damper to close it and open it.
So you could make a motion for a resolution in the amount of, say, $7,500.
No, I don't want no,
Just in case anything else comes
I don't
up.
even want any just in cases. I literally give them this.
There's one question that I had, since we're trying to wrap this up. Is it possible if we did whatever we did today, but can we transfer that to the management committee
Yeah.
and let them decide in the future as to how, if there are any further changes?
Yeah.
Rather than having us.
Yeah, any additional expenses could come out from the management committee, and he, that budget always runs pretty good, so he does a good job of keeping that.
Again, Lyle should spoke up, put a plumb on top of the heat exchanger, John. Had a vent shot out with a fan on it. And just like you said, in the wintertime, shut the fan off, open the plumb up, have a vent on top of it, and discharge it. It's very,
That'll cost some money too.
yeah, but you're talking hundreds of dollars,
Right, I'm just,
to do that.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm with you.
That'll be for future discussion. What would you like to do with the additions and the overage for the morgue already?
I just make a,
Part of the problem is anytime we do a project like this, there's always discussion about it, you go on, you know that.
oh, I know. And it can get real expensive real fast, they want it to.
Absolutely.
We can make it out of, stainless steel if we wanted to. Anyways, if you wanna,
Sorry, we just had more meetings today. That seems like a future discussion for me.
well, there's an easy answer to it though.
We give just a certain amount that.
Yeah, we're gonna give those, what, 6,000 what?
$6,336.47 for more overages and additions.
I move to adopt a resolution for the ARPA County morgue for miscellaneous overages as discussed here today under application number, Joe, go ahead again.
92.
92, in the amount of $6,336.47.
That's how much money. 36, 47. All right, do I have a second on that? Any discussion on it?
Paul?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Sure?
Yeah,
Kat?
Yeah.
Okay, while you're talking about that, Mr.
Are
Martin
we
has.
calling it 92 basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Um,
460.
I'll wait till she tells me.
It is 85 and some change.
they want to go Cadillac, I could pay for it.
So Mr. Martin put in for a third draw on the, building shell, the site work, and the interior carpentry. Talked to John and made the claims out. You guys want me to pay those out? Let me know. Yay or nay, and I'll cut checks.
You've seen the finished product, you've seen the finished product. And you get your approval for this term? Yeah. Okay.
This would be a second draw, not a final.
This is.
The only issue that I have with them, and I think, I guess we need to look at the original contract. That is, normally in a project like this, we would retain 10%. And it goes through the application for payment. And then when the project is all completed and we're satisfied with everything, 10% would be made available for the contract.
Well,
But we're not really doing that from what I can see here, and it's a concern that, I think we need to.
this all looks like it's work that's done, rough in and a few more things. I have no objection to retaining 10%. If we do that, but
I think we need to look at the contract and see if the contract provides that. And we're obligated to abide by the terms of the contract, are we not?
of course, always.
That's what I'm saying.
Put it in at the start. Can't do it at the finish. Put it in, and you've got a new clause.
If it isn't in there, we can't do it, you're right. If it is in there, we need to do it, because we're not doing it.
That shouldn't even be bothered to us, if that just should be done as part of the project. I also believe nothing in it for a contract. So,
And just what contract is there? I mean, all I have is the bids.
right,
Bid approval.
Bid package should specify something like that, so we know.
Bid.
Contract is in according to the bid packet. We awarded the contract based on the bid packet and this bids, and that's the form of the contract. Should be something in the bid packet that covers terms of payment.
so to move us on, how about if we make the motion to pay him?
There was not, the bid form that I got here, states that visited the site, examined, this is by the Jeff Jarvis and January Blue Associates. They just have the pre-engineered work building and foundation, concrete site work, mechanical, electrical, plumbing. And the, let's see, boots. Minimum wage, certified fuel will be required, bid bond is not required. Any technicalities. Bidding instructions. Sealed bid, bid bond, prevailing wage, permit fee, tax assessment orders, performance bond, materials bond. Board has the right to reject any and all minimum insurance requirements. I didn't see anything in there for the replacement.
Okay, well, I guess we'll start.
Yeah, we're stuck.
The other thing is, there's nothing in there that says that there's some type of periodic call, is it?
The one thing is that
In other words, part of those companies, doesn't say anything about, doesn't say what he's gonna do. And he won't continue.
or is it, so that with 5% down and 100%, whatever.
It doesn't say anything.
No, how's it over there, John? Did you know that? Was it 80% done, 90% done?
Well, that's hard to say because right now they're at the stage where plumbing and electrical has to be really the next step that has to get done. Some of what Martin is doing is a part of that, so in other words, maybe today the electrician comes in and he does some of his work and then Martin has to come back and do a few more things before the electrician can go forward. I'm saying, you know, like if you're putting conduit behind a wall, you have to put the conduit in, but you might not put all the fixtures in. Can't put the light fixtures in the ceiling until the ceiling is done. So I mean, you can't put the ceiling in until they get some of the conduit run up there so they have access. So there's back and forth going on right now. So it's hard to say exactly where we're at.
You'd be there Thursday, so we could be there on Friday. Right, so,
Yeah, something like that. I mean, it's not, there's a lot of work there. Like last Friday, nobody was there. Today there is somebody there. Tomorrow they go home. I don't know. Well, tomorrow the electrician said he's coming.
Yeah, it's gonna make a motion to pay him.
Second.
Being to the point though, they're about 80%
Yes, ma'am.
between both sides.
Mr. Martin approached me about wanting to get some money. I told him that he needed to make out a claim and submit it to the board for approval. Told him that he had to have the claim in, the invoices in before the 31st or end of the month, if they wouldn't be considered. So he showed up last Thursday, the 31st, in the morning at 10.
All right. Put a motion on the floor to pay him. Down a second. We're gonna discussion about it. All right. How much money can we? Amanda? It's fine, I made a motion, go ahead, and we can bring that up.
All,
How much? Yes. We have to pay him $6,336.47. No.
This is for
You
those
already
three
made that
claims.
motion.
Oh, I'm sorry, no, it's for,
These four claims.
yes,
It's
those
for-
four things, yes.
Yes, second
Sorry.
row.
Well, they told.
Just 30, it's not for the.
These amounts are not coming out of what we have left now. We've already approved.
Yeah, you've
Yeah,
already.
we've already,
approved that.
yes.
Yeah, you're just
Yes.
giving me the go-ahead to cut some checks.
Yes, we've already approved it.
Yeah, you've already approved the money, you're just giving me the go-ahead to cut some checks.
Still say yes? Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. Yes.
Those cut.
Okay.
Now you can work on it.
Oh, how much money?
Oh, $85,470.
$85,470. Is this good? That's how much we have left so far. Oh, okay. Yeah, we do the water, do the village of Woodland, number 140. And then 158 is, oh, sorry, 140 and 158. The other one is the village of Ashland for water also.
Wait, can I remind you guys, last meeting, you declined or denied, some of them, 141, 153, 166, 165, 161, 160. Maybe I didn't know the back.
That's been for the Lemonhead Village. Yeah, 140 was the other one.
Okay, so you only denied one.
Yes. 140 was on the list.
How much have we given Woodland?
49,000.
And how much have we given Ash? I know I'm overlapping here.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
140, yes.
Okay, okay, sorry, Woodland was, I believe it was 49 for the backhoe.
Right.
And then Ashton,
Mhm.
The difference.
Ashton, 88,370. And I think they got two.
Yeah, Ashburn was the Coliseum,
And this.
which had nothing to do with the city. And then there's two of them in good form. I don't see the other. Ashburn Coliseum.
I know we've got a star picture somewhere going on.
No, that's the only one.
Alright, Ashton. 82. We just did one for Ashton. Ashton was the policy and drainage. We
Just
should
the
have
drainage and
Shabazz.
bugs.
Shabazz was.
Two, we did the Civic Center and the community building
For Shabazz.
yes,
You're asking what Ashton.
yes, Ashburn. Okay, I
Another
thought we
one
did two
for-
for Ashburn too. Guess I only did one.
So, back on point to Woodland, they're asking for 75,000, they've received 49,000 for the backhoe for the purpose of updating water meters in pits that you have to pump water out of to read most of it.
How did they do that?
Read most of them, not all of them, excuse me, most of them.
Most of them. Well, I don't know, but the water meters in Milford are also in pits, so it must be.
Do they know then if they get water on?
And so we got this one.
Is that what you're gonna
Yeah,
increase the size of the water? Improve the flow. Prevent the fire pressure for fire. So they're just gonna increase the size of those junctions.
right.
Looking at a map on the application,
Map, application,
I didn't get one of those.
it's on your application.
I didn't get one, like I said.
you like to look at it? You wanna look at it?
Do we have any prices on any of this?
Oh, because it looks like it's gonna cost more than the 45,000 you're asking for.
Just one of the questions, reason I'm asking the question, because on the one they're talking about a vehicle, they got $25,000.
Vehicle,
That one was the one that got denied.
that one got denied.
Well, pardon,
No, we'll suffer.
this is so damn small, I can't read it.
The Village of Woodland has written here that they have a quote and asked for 75,000, but it's not attached.
We got a quote right here from the page.
That's for Ashland.
That's for Ashburn, so they got a quote. We got the EPA revolving loan amount. Look at what they're paying already.
And we don't have 75,000 for Woodland, there's nobody here from Woodland, so how are we able to determine what to do? We ask people how much we go into assessing what happened.
Maybe you need them to come in and talk, I don't know. These both deal with water, so if we're thinking about improving our county overall, these are both water issues, infrastructure issues.
We have,
Another objective is to try and match this up to them.
the other one is Village of Woodland. Sort of the Village of Ashton because I've got it on the phone right now. Is that a problem? Yep. Phone a friend. Good morning, so we're looking at your application number 158 for Village of Ashton. For the water infrastructure, you've asked for desired funding of 45,000. And it's clear to me as I'm looking at this, because you have a revolving loan with the EPA, you're looking for any help possible. So if we were around to give you somewhere around 20,000, you'd be happy with that, or 15,000. That being said, I'm gonna put you on speaker if that'd be all right with you. I'm gonna go on speaker. This is Ellen Meixler, and I have her on speaker right now. The application number is 158 for the Village of Ashton. Desired funding was 45,000. This is for their they're looking for any money possible to help them out with their water line throughout the town. They already have the project planning, construction costs a little over 2.9 million. But they will take anything to help their town. Does anybody have any questions on this? Oh, there you go. There was a question. Just asked you what was the least amount you'd be able to take.
Well, I don't, I don't know this is the first for me, with filing this with you guys. So we'd be thankful for anything, as you know, it's a 50% loan forgiveness. So we're looking at a lot of money, and, unfortunately, in the Village of Ashton, we do not have, hardly any revenue source here in the village. So we're gonna struggle a bit, and this is just, one of many projects, unfortunately, that we're gonna have to do because most of these water lines are, 40 plus years old and they are failing. So we'd be thankful for anything you can give us. We appreciate your consideration, on our behalf. So as far as the minimum, I don't, I guess I don't feel like, I don't know, is that something that you want me to shoot it over to you? Because,
No, you're fine with that. You're happy to take anything possible. We understand that. We're just in a bind now where we're at the end of the road, and we're trying to diversify it through multiple districts and do the best for everybody. Ellen, so I think you've answered the question, which is you'll take anything. And I appreciate you taking 5 minutes for me to speak with you.
I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
So, I know it's confusing, I'm sorry, but I'm looking at Ashburn and Woodland kind of side by side because they're both water issues. The way I see Ashburn is they're actually doing something to provide better water service to their citizens. And Woodland is trying to fix their drowned out water meters. So that's important too, but I'd like to, I don't know if you get 20,000.
That's fine. That's, yeah, that's fine. That's, we're getting closer.
Your voice cut it off so much that I couldn't hear you.
I said I'd like to give 20,000 to Ashburn and a lesser number to Woodland. And I'm open to discussion with the committee on what that number to Woodland would be. Obviously, we can't give them $75,000. And we don't have any quotes, so we don't know how they're gonna fix that.
Not trying to work against Woodland, but it seems to me like the problem in Woodland isn't quite the same as Ashton. Ashton is talking about improving the delivery of water to the residents, whereas in Woodland, all they're talking about is being able to read the water.
That's what I just said, and I think getting water to people is more important than reading water meters.
That's what I was trying to say before I got cut off.
Yeah, well, I said it first.
One is
All
twenty,
right, so
one is 20 suggested, the one less, I'd say would be 12,000.
That sounds good to me.
Is that too low?
That's fine.
They don't tell you how much to do any good.
Village Woman says they got a quote. Do you have that quote? For application 140?
It's 75,000 to do all of Woodland, does that mean they'll do a couple blocks?
My only problem with this though is the Village of Woodland says they have a quote,
But it's not.
and I don't have it. This one worries me.
Well, what I'm trying to say, not trying to, I just don't see how we can get Woodland anything if we don't have the right information.
I agree with you.
Okay,
But if we're gonna do that, then we can up the Village of Ashton water. I mean, they've got,
There's a relate to other projects in the money we got available.
I'd like it to be more than that, because if you look at this, and this is probably everywhere, and John, you would know this 100%, everywhere the EPA is cracking down in every single town and making them get rid of their, yeah, all the lead pipes and the, I won't call them cisterns, not cisterns, they're, well, the septic in the back of the houses. And we're all changing the way we have to go popping out. And they got a little dredging pond, what do you call that? Point being anyways, it's just another town, and they got total estimate project cost until 7,3.7.
It's actually, just said Buckley there minutes ago, they're trying to do the same thing in their village, and they don't know where they're gonna get the money. They haven't applied for it. It's money. They're looking at $12 million.
They come and talk about it all the time.
right.
They got 12 million, this one's got almost 4 million.
They got a grant, but it doesn't cover the whole
They went
project.
to, yeah,
All this is already here in front of us.
I'm very familiar with what they got, because I live in Five Buckley, I'm part of that, okay?
So we got 85 sitting out. What? You know what's going on in Buckley? Okay, and?
I'm not talking about Buckley.
Okay.
I'm just saying that, you're right, Paul, every town is, in this county that doesn't have a good sewer system, and even some that do, like Gilman, that are trying to do it. So it's a major problem.
We felt down on them there.
But you can't get blood out of the tunnel.
I know.
And that's what the EPA's got to realize. They can model all they want, but until somebody comes up with the money to do it, it ain't gonna get done.
given,
which I guess.
But what goes in ours,
oh, this stuff.
the simplest stuff.
So Jill, let's make a note that we would consider this.
They haven't done anything yet.
I'm gonna have it today if possible.
You know what I
Okay,
mean?
never mind.
So Mark, we used to ask,
But just, you can write quote if you need and stuff, because we're,
I couldn't believe it, that they were that.
All I heard was Jill.
no, you're good.
Okay.
Disregard all of my bad,
Things some people.
not all of it, just that.
No, I always take it.
Okay, so do we wanna do 20,000 for Ashland, is that what we're talking about?
The argument was for the.
Well, we're not gonna
lower
do,
amount, right?
at this point, we can't, we're not gonna do good wood on anything, because he didn't get support. Ask him, I put out for 20, but if you wanna give him more, we can now.
Let's go to Ashland for 20. I'll make a motion to adopt the resolution for giving Ashland $20,000 for the water program.
Second,
Any discussion?
Yes,
Roll,
yes,
sure. Do that.
Yes.
but that means we're down to 65,400.
We're down to 65,464. Minus, you don't see it yet, but it's gonna be minus 15, which just gets us down to 54,64. Because the 50 is gonna be for Medicare price of 50. No, because there's, the cents and dollars, and we're good with well, that takes care of it, around 40 for me. This one's done. Let's do the Lessica Park District, number 143.
Park district,
Yeah.
anyone know the bus?
No. I've read this one, this is for, taking out the children. Specifically, she put in there for children with autism.
They do have a couple.
Just all
I'd love to see it take, but
this whole thing, so.
Okay. doesn't mean you can't vote if your kid don't vote, right?
That's true, isn't
My son's got
City
autism,
or just in the area.
so
the
I'm all for
stars, we would have it on an app.
it?
So
I
there's
mean, there's quite a few.
28,000, 7,000,
How much was it for me, huh?
5.
it's not
No, wait a minute, I'm sorry.
71 and
11,600
50 and they're
they're
out of
asking for.
business. 166.
Okay, thank you. Taking me out, okay. Taking me out first.
Yeah, so it would be applications 11,
That's
17.
Wait a minute. 11, 17, 27, 33, 34,
Just
36.
so they want to get it like, then maybe it doesn't mean that.
60, 61,
Must be the reason.
Do I want
99,
to give him something?
and 118.
Oh. Yeah, just they probably want something from him.
all these applications have to be realized.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty much issue.
Well, once again, they want, total purchase of $11,535.16.
I thought they wanted 5,000.
No, that's what I'm getting stuff out of.
Sure, oh, shoot, oh.
Right.
So do they have quotes attached?
Yep, she's got all pricing for everything here. weighted blankets. 5 chairs. You get the huggable things, weighted backpacks. Since the LED double tubes.
So we, just. They were out of. You said 11, 17, 27, 33, 34, 36. Like 60 is the GIS software. And 17 is the county board audio visual project.
60 is a natural high. 61 is Iroquois Youth Center.
Well,
33 is Iroquois County Historical Society. 36 is Iroquois Memorial Hospital.
that's, I've got 33 is the one super big basket.
Red basket is 34.
The first column numbers down is just number of applications we received, the second column is their application. So those aren't in there. The
Just keeping track of how many awards we won out. One of their items.
just a reminder that health was coming up.
I know.
Okay.
I want to give you administration money, but they'll also count the dollar cents at the end.
We got one more meeting to allocate. It has to be done by the 31st. It's up to
Change the
you.
number at this point. I still want to give her half. I really do. The extra 5,000, so I want to give her, I want to give her 11,600. I want to give her half of it because honestly, I want to give her all of it because it's take care of the children, so for the children. If I give her half, I'll be, that's what it is.
Anybody know how many kids that they have there?
At the learning tree.
That because they're operating together, right?
Together, yeah, but in 2 separate buildings. The learning tree, from when Quinn was there, they had, I think the most at one time was 42 kids. It was a lifesaver for me. I mean, if the learning tree would have closed down, it would have hurt a lot.
So that's day in and day out childcare.
Yep, Monday through Friday, you can take them as early as 6 a.m. and pick them up as late as 6 p.m.
And the learning tree is now under the wing or taken over by the Watsika Park District. Well, there's no doubt there's a shortage of childcare everywhere. And especially for special needs children.
Yeah, and they have I think currently they have 4 diagnoses, because typically you don't diagnose a child with autism before they're of school age anyways, but they do have 4 that are pretty severe that have already been diagnosed.
Okay. I move to adopt a resolution awarding the Watsika Park District / Learning Tree Daycare Center $5,000 under application 143 to be used for the purposes of purchasing items for children with autism and other spectrum disorders.
Wait a second.
That for $5,000.
Yes, 5,000. It's almost half what she's asking for.
I'll make the motion. Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I'm opposed.
Okay.
Reason I'm opposed is because I think what we're trying to do is money can be used, things like we've already done today, with use and water treatment. So forth. That's really what-
Well, I agree with you, I like that very much. What I also know is that daycare is an expensive problem for working parents.
Now, I agree too, Don, on everything that we've got in an application of somebody that needs money. So it's a very difficult thing to determine who should get money and who shouldn't. But my personal view is that matters that relate to health and sanitation are the most important. I think that's what we should be trying to cut back on.
If we don't have
People
any,
that were here this morning, like I argued, that wants money for public schools.
and if
We
we,
cut back on that in order to get money to the people over here in Watsika Park District, I just don't agree with that.
if we don't have families living here, it's a circle. We won't need health and sanitation, and we need health and sanitation to service our families that are here. So it's a cyclical circle situation.
So you have to take it point of view and not take it.
Me too.
Good.
Alt?
Yes.
Crowe? Yes. Stern?
Go.
Ducat?
Yes. Motion passes.
So, Mr. Chairman, I know we have further work to do, but we have other meetings this morning.
Yes.
So I move that we adjourn and continue this whenever the Monday, next Monday in December. Or whenever you go over this.
We're not there yet, I'm sorry.
But I'm moving to adjourn.
These items are a little out of order.
Do you have any old business? New business? Motion,
Move we adjourn.
we have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Meeting adjourned 11:19, sorry it took so long.